Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over Zomedica Corp, ticker symbol ZOM. We're going to go over some recent news that Zomedica just released that's going to definitely affect the stock moving into their launch later this month. And I want to kind of go over that, kind of explain to you guys what's going on. And also, we'll be going over some technical analysis and going over some key areas that we discussed last time where you guys could have potentially made some money if you watched the last video. But before we get into that, if you like this kind of content, I want you to go ahead, give a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with a new video. And also, I have my Instagram link down below if you would be interested in following that. I come out with some new details on what the channel is doing on that. So if you want to follow that, I would really appreciate it. But moving on, we are here on the daily chart here on Zomedica Corp. And there's a lot of key areas in here that we discussed last time, but we'll be getting into the technical analysis later in the video, and we'll be discussing a lot of things that you guys could have done and things that I kind of called out that worked out very, very well. But let's move on to that press release that Zomedica Corp just came out with March 8th on Monday. So Zomedica Corp retires preferred shares, and we'll be going into a little more of what that means, but they kind of refer to it here in the beginning. They say it has affected the exchange of all its outstanding shares, Series 1 preferred shares, for its common shares, and that it continues to progress with its planned commercialization of its TRUFORMA platform. And that comes out later this month at the end of March. And if you don't know what that is, you're going to have to go watch my previous video on Zomedica Corp where I kind of dive deeper onto what that TRUFORMA is. But that will be coming out later this month. So that is a key date for Zomedica Corp. And a little bit about what this is and what they retired. So effective March 7th, 2021, Zomedica completed the exchange of all 12 of its outstanding Series 1 preferred shares, stated value 1 million per share, for 24 million common shares of the company, equivalent to 44 million based on a 1.78 per share closing price of the common shares on March 5th, 2021. So basically what they were doing is they're turning those preferred shares into common shares, which is very good because those preferred shares, what they are is they're just a little more important than the common shares. Like, for example, if there are dividends, the preferred shares would be getting them first. Basically, preferred shares always get paid first and are, a little more important than the normal common shares. But a key thing that these preferred shares had was the preferred shares were entitled to a 108 million liquidation preference and a 9% royalty on net sales of Zomedica and its affiliates. So Zomedica basically was able to get rid of that 9% royalty on all of its net sales, which is as a royalty is a huge number for 9%. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Shark Tank, but with Kevin O'Leary, he's always trying to attach royalty fees, and it definitely dampens the potential net earnings for your company if you have to pay a percentage of it to someone else. And that 9% is very, very high, especially with its new TRUFORMA coming out this month. And then from there, they will start to be getting revenues from that. But a potential overhang, that's what they basically called it, it was hurting their balance sheet, this preferred share, because of that 9% royalty and the $108 million liquidation preference. But they basically say, we appreciate that Wickfield Bridge Fund, LLC, who were the holders of the preferred shares, agreed to this basically because they thought it was best for, the shareholders as a whole for the company. So that's definitely really good news that Zomedica was able to get rid of that preferred share and that 9% royalty, and it'll definitely, make their balance sheet and income statement look a whole lot better once they start coming out with revenues after this month. But also something I wanted to point out is the first group of direct Zomedica field personnel have completed their training in anticipation of the commercial release of TRUFORMA. So basically, they're training people to use this new technology, and it's very new, very innovative veterinary technology. So people need to be trained on how to use it effectively. So if they are trained and they got their training completed, they will be prepared to use it when it comes out at the end of this month. And also sales representatives of Miller Veterinary Supply, Zomedica's distribution partner, have also completed their initial training program. So they're really getting these training programs done and educating, the people that are going to be using it, the veterinarians, so they can use it effectively. They know what they're doing, and it'll be the best for, both sides. If the veterinarians know how to use it and use it effectively, it's going to, look a lot better on them. They're going to be treating more patients. It's going to go a lot better. And also for TRUFORMA, if more veterinarians are using it and liking it, they will be able to sell more. So that's huge. Just basically in the news for Zomedica, they got rid of those preferred shares, and those trainings are being completed for the TRUFORMA being ready to come out at the end of this month. But let's get into some technical analysis on this stock, which I'm really interested in. Now, if you guys watched the last video on Zomedica, I made a lot of support resistance lines in this area. And I am not a financial advisor, so whatever I do here is for education and entertainment purposes only. All trades that you make sure you're doing your due diligence. However, if you guys kind of did anything similar to what I called out on the last Zomedica video, you were definitely making some money. I made some very, very smart calls, and there were very good key areas of support and resistance in this zone. But let's kind of go over what's going on. And if you got anything in this $1.40 range on this dip down to the 50 EMA, you are looking absolutely fantastic. This is definitely the area that you wanted to catch some buys in. However, I did not personally catch any buys in that area, and now it looks like we are in this next range here at 209. This is kind of where we ended the day yesterday, and it looks like we're at 206 pre-market. It's about 7:50 in the morning right now, a little before the market opens, and it looks like we're going to come down to kind of test this now support. Once we broke through, it was a resistance, but after we break through, it's now created support. So we'll test this support to see if we can come back up into this area, the 221 zone. But we definitely broke into this $2 range where now testing it as a support. However, if we do get a break below, I will be looking to get out of my position because that will be kind of bearish, and then we'll be looking for it to kind of test this resistance again, and then that's when I would get back into a trade. I don't want to, let it go down and go into any negatives basically on my account. And then if it does, however, come up to this resistance and then break, our next resistance is up here in the 280 range, which was pretty big range. But I think with basically the news of the TRUFORMA coming out later this month, I think this can definitely push up and be a huge bullish kind of sentiment for the stock. However, with this news, I want you guys to be very careful. After that March 30th TRUFORMA release, there may be a massive sell-off, just people trying to take their profits. So if you are trading this stock around the TRUFORMA release, be very careful for after the news. People may be selling it. There will probably be a big run up to the news, and I'm expecting it to come up, touch around here in the 280s. However, after the news is released, people may be trying to sell and get a quick little profit. But let's take a look at the 30-minute, kind of get a closer look on what really happened here. So these kind of stretch of candles right here is what happened yesterday. But what I think was important is we got a cross of this 50 EMA, and we broke up into this zone right here past 189, and this is where I kind of got in, is off of the retest of this now support. So it broke above, retested this as support, and then I got in on this candle as soon as it broke past this baby bullish candle right here. This is when I entered my position to take it up, and now I am still in, and we're looking fantastic because this was kind of a zone I was a little worried about because of the 200 EMA, and we have an additional resistance line here at 205. However, we got a very strong break above into 209, and now it looks like in pre-market we are going to be coming back down to kind of retest this resistance now support. But yeah, this was my kind of move, and I'll plan this out to kind of show you guys what I was doing. Make sure you guys are making smart trades. like this one. Yeah, so this was kind of my play. So this was my first profit target. I came up to here, and then I had my basically my stop loss. I had it down here kind of in the area of the 50 EMA. So if it did cross and come back down past the support and try to break past this 50 EMA, I would be out of the position completely. That would show me that the stock is going bearish. However, it did not do that, kept going up. Once it crossed my first price target, I took out partials and I moved my next price target up to here. Our next resistance, that you guys can see, is at 219. Stock would be here. Right here, this is where the stock was at the time. And then I moved my stop up as well to this candle here, the bottom of this bearish candle, just to kind of give me some room if it wants to play down a little bit. So if it does come back down past this now support to create then a resistance, I will be out of my position and taking my profits. So the next price target kind of for us is up here, but on a trading, if you are just purely trading this stock, I would be looking for the next price target to be somewhere around that range. So if it does come up, break out of here, I will be taking partials again here and then moving my next price target to this based on previous price action in this range here. So this is kind of what that will look like. I'll be moving this up here. And then again, I cannot stress this enough to you guys. I hope you guys are listening to this part. As always in my videos when I talk about it, I may sound repetitive, but it is very important. Move your stops up to ensure profits. I want you guys to save your accounts. I am trying to help you guys here. Move your stop losses, trail them with price. So whenever stock does decide to go down, you do not lose any gains. But I think that's all the information I have for you guys on Zomedica Corp, ticker symbol ZOM. If you guys found value in this video, go ahead, give a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you know whenever I come out with a new video. And also, I have my Instagram link down below if you're interested in that. But anyways, guys, go get some gains today. We had a great day in the market. Let's keep that momentum going. Be careful of CPI this morning. That's coming up. That will definitely affect the stock price a little bit. So be aware of what's going on in the news. And as always, I hope you guys have an excellent day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.